Welcome to layout video number 52. This is the Fall Foliage Railroad, and in this video, we're going to show you all kinds of updates. So we're going to start on this side of the layout. Now, what's new here? Well, everything. All the wires, all the track was ripped out and redone. I wasn't thrilled with the wiring. I wasn't thrilled with how it was running. I was just not thrilled with any of it. So I just decided to rip it all up and start again, which is one of the coolest things you can do. You could rip things up, you could start again. You don't have to do anything. There's no right or wrong in this hobby, and it's so wonderful. So I started about there on the other side, but we'll get to that in a minute. But these two tracks are now totally independent of each other. What does that mean? Well, that means you can have power to one track without having power to the other. So basically, what I can do is I can have track one run trains while track two is doing something else or whatever I want it to do. I might switch it back and forth, if I'm going to run multiple trains and what have you. But at the moment, that's what we're doing. Or if I'm running trains without my son being around, maybe I'll have it all on one channel so that it's all going on together. Okay, so moving right along to this particular area here, as you can see, or I hope you'll be able to see, there's cuts in the track. Why did I do that? Well, I wanted to isolate the switch from the rest of track 1 and 2, or 1 and 2, or 2 or 1, or whatever, 1 and 2, it doesn't matter. I wanted to separate the inner loop from the outer loop. And that was the only way to do it, because if I had gone through, the metal connecting here would have had this being powered and then would have powered it past the switch, I believe. So I just decided to cut it and to essentially stop it here, and then there are wires over on both sides. This is going to a separate junction. These go to their respective inners and outers, and then it's the same thing on the other side. So these two here are separate as well. So you have track 1 and 2, outside, inside, all connected, all wired up, so that the switch does not have to necessarily, the switch will always be on because that's going to be independent of these two tracks, but that's how we're doing it. These two are not powered yet. Those are. So we can still switch these tracks if we want. I have run trains through here. It works perfectly. All right, moving right along. So this is all redone. You can see all the stuff that's to be repainted. We're moving right along. And now we come to this part of the layout. Well, what have we done here? Well, I'm putting in some IR sensors, these guys, which look so nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a train crossing right over there, and then a tunnel that's going to kind of go to nowhere. But I'm going to put some cars on both sides so that, it could look like a train crossing, and then we can have it so that it looks like people are coming in and out of the city as they see fit. So there's going to be like two divided track roads here, one that's going to go into Lego City and one that's going to go into the other Lego City on the other side, whichever I decide to do. But that side of the layout we'll do much, much later, probably in a couple of weeks to potentially a couple of months as far as that side's concerned. I really want to finish this side of the layout, get everything built, get the Legos done, finish the road, get it over the easy streets, and then actually do have the easy streets finished, all strapped down, and then have the crossing over as well, so that that's all done and I don't have to worry about it. And then I can start mingling a little bit into what's going to be and how I'm going to do the rest. All right, we're going to move along. Here is my turntable, and it is glorious as it always is. And that's the Whisker track that next to the Chicago Northwest and the Thank You Veterans one that I did last time. All right, so coming back to this side, I have started the upper loop, which is awesome, and I'm really excited about that. Though it actually works, it's powered, it's on its own. And then I want to show you guys that the other part coming this direction, if you look, the Y is gone. Why is it gone? Well, two reasons. One, I wanted to start the upper loop, and really that was going nowhere. I could still put trains here and make it look amazing, but I decided that it was better to just take it out, have it be a straight piece of track or a little curvy. It's obviously not straight because you can see it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes along. So that's that. Then you can see the outer loop coming around into this Ross custom switch, which is not wired yet, but there are some wires that are going to be worked on between now and our next video. I have placed an order for a couple things, and I'm waiting for them to come in. I need some flex track now to get past this, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the trains come through. This is not going to have switches anymore. This is just going to be two tracks that are independent of each other. So there's not going to be any more switches over here, or at least I don't think so. There might be. I might put one switch in here just in case I want to switch the tracks, but it's most likely going to be done on the other side. But we'll see how it goes as I'm working with these two pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another city over here. So I might have another crossing over here at some point. I'm going to definitely put in another piece of wood here so that, you know, if there is a crossing, we can have another tunnel come on this side. So there'll be potentially that as well once I start working on this side, which will be not too in the too far distant future. And then we pretty much get to the end of the Fall Foliage Railroad over there. So we're back to where we started. Do we have a complete loop? Not quite yet, but we will. I'm just waiting for a couple of things. And like I said, I had to make this new piece work with what I had. I had cut a couple of things so that I had ways to make it work, but that is pretty much all done, all wired and everything like that. So what's next pretty much? So obviously I need two flex tracks so that I can get around my son's name, which is on there, and I want to be able to go through. So that's why I'm not sure if there's going to be a switch here yet, and that's why there's no track screws and no wires being done on this side just yet. My ZWL is out being fixed by Lionel, sadly, so can't run trains right now, but I am working on a way to get like a transformer that I'm going to use for something else anyway. So I might get a 180 block or something like that to run, so I can run trains in the next video, even if it's just to where we are here and all the way back around, just so that we can have some trains running again, because I would love to show you guys off some of the new engines that we got. But hopefully we'll be running trains in the next video, even if it's just on the outer loop. Hopefully we'll have them running on the next video. So that's pretty much it. I have put one of the IR sensors is plugged in over here. The other one will be on the other side, as I mentioned before. And yeah, so the layout is coming along. It is a work in progress, like everything else. I am really hoping by the time this video drops to be closer to running trains than in the next video. I even might put the two tracks together, even if they're temporary, just so that I can run a train in the next video, just so that we can have a train running, so you can see what the layout looks like when there's a train running. Because ultimately, I'd like to get the big boy out here, and I'd like to get its feet wet, because it's still over here, right there. It's right there. Union Pacific Big Boy sitting right there. So can't run it right now because there's nowhere for it to go, and I have to also move these two engines as well. So that'll be an interesting topic. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are now, and what I've been doing. So there's been a lot of change to the layout since the last time you saw it. We are in the process of having some extraordinary stuff here. I'm really excited about the layout and where it's going, and it's just wonderful. It is well done. I'm really excited about it. And like I said, I'm hoping to update you guys soon. Once some of the stuff comes in, I do have to paint over some of the stuff. That'll be done also as soon as possible. I've been trying really, really, really hard to keep the layout going, but I've had a bunch of bumps and bruises over the last few weeks to months, so I haven't been able to really work on it. So now that I'm feeling much better, I'm going to get back to working on the layout. I'd like to thank PGH Train Fanatics because I have ordered one of his custom run engines, and I'm really excited to see when that comes in, and I'll be doing an unboxing of it. I'm hoping he'll sign it for me. I think he's going to. And I'd like to again thank everybody at Mario's Trains. That's where I buy all of my trains and accessories. They do an incredible job. I would highly recommend giving them a call and talking to Josiah and mentioning that you heard of them on the Fall Foliage Railroad. They have their own discounts that they take care of, and they change throughout, so they will be taking care of that on their own. They could tell you what coupons they have, because they change kind of frequently, and so that's just something for them. But I would highly recommend giving them a call. They have a lot in stock. They're very knowledgeable, and like I said, highly recommend them for all your train needs. So that's going to be it for this layout video. In the next one, I'm really hoping to have the Lego City on this side complete, the Easy Streets streets complete and screwed down and done, and the outer loop, and potentially, hopefully, the inner loop finished, at least for the most part, and then we could start working on the other side of the layout, which is going to be that side, getting that side done, so that way we can actually start not only running trains but having things on both sides of the layout. This is the Fall Foliage Railroad. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you to all of my new subscribers, old subscribers, and anyone in between. I'm really, really appreciative of everything you guys do. Please leave a comment, a like. It all goes a long way, and I really appreciate it. Once again, this is the Fall Foliage Railroad, and I'll see you guys all next time.